Hi, Steve with Cardiac Cycling. Today we're going to talk about bike storage and specifically making a bike rack. Okay, so this is what it looks like all taken apart. I left a piece of it over here put together just to facilitate my reassembly. None of this is glued. If you want it to be permanent, you can glue it. I never did. And occasionally I have to reconnect some pieces. So I'm going to put the dimensions of each piece as well as the number of T's. And this is a T, and the number of elbows or 90s. So that's what this is, a 90, because it's 90, makes a 90-degree turn. This is, as you can see, 1/2-inch PVC. Bought it at local hardware store. Let's get started. We're gonna begin to put part of the base together. We're gonna start with the base, and what we have here, we have 3 T's. So there's 1, 2, and then the third one is here, and we have 1 elbow. So I'm gonna lay it down and let you have a look at it like that, and set it upright. We'll take a look from the side. And this will start to make sense after you put it together. So we have this long piece is about 8.5 inches long, and then we have these 2 pieces which are 5 3/4. So what we're going to do over here is we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put the 5 3/4 together. This would be great if my wife was up here to help me, but she, oh well, you know, she got things to do on her own. So there's 1, and then here's the second T. Now you can see the second one is going to go in at a different angle, right? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put this guy in at this angle. Not easy to do one-handed, but we're going to get it. And it needs to be turned. You got to have the proper orientation for that piece. So it needs to be turned perpendicular to the bottom. So we got this guy going left and right, and the one on top is coming straight at me, as you can see. Okay, so we've got that done. Now the next portion we're going to do will be this piece with the L. So we're going to take our L. Here's an L. Sorry, camera went blank on me. So we're going to take the L, and then we're going to take another piece that is 5 1/2 inches. So the same as that. You can see these 2 guys are the same. And we're going to do the same thing that we did before. We're going to insert the 5 1/2 inch piece into this L, and then the other end is going to go into a T. So let me grab a T, pardon the interruption, and this is going to go in this part. It's just like so. You can see I have the L facing me. The T is going the opposite direction, so they're kind of perpendicular to each other. And now we have 2 of the pieces just like we have down here. So we've got this guy, and sorry again, we're doing this one-handed, and then we have this one. Now we're going to connect these with this 8 1/2 inch piece just like that, and it's right here. So here we go. Using one hand again. We'll see how good I am at this. Flip this guy over here. Put the 8 1/2 in. And voila, look what we have. We have twins. All right. Now, we want to connect these 2 guys. And what we're going to use is this little fella here, which is 2 5/8. And we're going to put the 2 5/8 inch, we're going to put the So we're going to put our 2 5/8 inch piece. Oh man, this is going to make you guys sick, isn't it? The way I'm moving the camera around. We're going to put our 2 5/8 inch piece in here between the two T's. And then we're going to do the same back in the back. So let's grab the other 2 5/8 and fumble fingers here can get it. We'll be doing good. Voila. There we go. 2 5/8. Okay, so next we have the additional part of the base made up of 3 pieces. The 2 short ones are 5 inches each, and the long one is, you guessed it, 8.5. So it matches these 2 guys here, 8.5 inches. We have 2 90s, 2 L's, and we're going to put this guy together just like it is here. We're going to take the 5-inch pieces and shove them in. So there's one, and here's the other one. Bingo bango. It's going to go in just like this. Voila. Get my tape measure out of the way because I don't want to break it as I press these guys together. So first I'm going to press this one down, and I'm going to press this one down. Then when I'm all through with this, I'm actually going to hit all of these joints one more time once I have everything assembled. Okay, so here we have another piece of the base, and you can see the 2 5-inch pieces and the 8.5-inch piece and the 2 L's. So what we're going to do is we're going to just quickly put these guys together. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Bing, bang, boom. And then we go back over here to the base. It's not quite lined up, so we're gonna wiggle it around a little bit. So there we go. Now, a couple of hits. That's nice and good. We're gonna hit it again. You can see it got a little crooked over here. So we're gonna come in one more time. Like I say, you can use glue. That's an extra expense though. And we're gonna hit these 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So now we have these guys. These are 18.5 inches. So they're going to go in right here. There's 1 and 2. And we have 2 L's and a little bitty piece. This guy is 1 5/8 inches. And it's going to go in the L's. It's going to hold them together just like this. You can see. Now this is going to be for a pretty skinny tire. You can see when it's all assembled, we're only about 1 3/8 in between the L's. A little bit more than that on the tall pieces here. And there you go. Now you have one assembled bike rack. You just roll the front wheel right in here. You can see you've got a stop here, and these guys make an excellent cradle for it. So this is set up for one of my road bikes, which has the old-fashioned 23C tires on it. It'll also hold a 25 quite comfortably. 28 is going to be pretty snug. So what I've done on these racks for like my cyclocross bike and my mountain bikes, which I no longer have, but this top piece, which I told you was 1 5/8 inches, that's connecting these two L's, I made it the same as these guys down here, which, if you remember, was 2 1/8 inches. So it's just kind of nice and rectangular, nice 90-90-90. Okay, so here we have it. a finished product with bike installed. These are 23C tires. You can see here that we've got room, got plenty of room. How big are my fingers? I don't know, but you can see it's got a room to put one more. And here's one that I made for my cyclocross bike. If you remember, I said that this piece was the same as these guys down here on the bottom. I think it's like 2 5/8. And you can see, have plenty of room here as well. And then I have the same thing over here for my new road bike, which has 25, these are tubeless, these are 25C, and then my wife has 28s on her bike. You can see plenty of room there as well. So this little extra piece gives you more than enough room, and you could get a mountain bike in there without much problem. From the back, here's what it looks like. And then from the side, here's another back shot. And then from the side, here's what we've got. See, it fits nice and neat, nothing in the back. That's it, gang. This is Steve, Cardiac Cycling. Have a great day. And remember, if you're not subscribed, please do subscribe by clicking the subscribe button. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. And if you click the little bell, anytime that there's a new video posted, you'll be notified. Thanks for watching.
If you enjoy what you see on this channel, please click the subscribe button.